All right, good morning, traders. Today is March 24th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I want to thank everybody out there in digital land, podcast land, YouTube land, cyber land. Thank you so much for finding the value in my content. I appreciate that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the subscriptions, and thank you for the kind words. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, my SPY pivot this morning, 561.50. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five still in daily downtrends. SPY, IWM made lower highs and lower lows, closing under their traps and under their 17 EMAs. Diamond Dow, QQQ, lower highs, lower lows. I think everybody got lower highs and lower lows. Closing under their traps. No, closing over their traps, but under the 17 EMAs. FNGA made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside the bearish trap under the 17. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute uptrend. They ripped that thing right at the last minute. Gold and silver, both in daily uptrends. Silver made a lower low and a lower high, closing under a bearish cross and under the 17 EMA. Gold made a lower low and a lower high, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. USO in a daily uptrend now, made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the flat 17. UNG, high flyer, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below a bearish trap under the rising 17 EMA. US dollar index still in a downtrend, closed near 104.18 area. SPY max pain for today. I didn't get a really good reading on this. All right, they're saying it's 541. I don't think it's anywhere near that. With a put to call ratio of 0 puts. Yeah, they don't have any puts for today. That's weird. To each call that expires at 4:15. We'll have to revisit that. Yeah, 561.50. That's the pivot. All right, so we'll have to revisit that, see if they updated that. They're saying there's no puts at all. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning. All right, we start out on SPY. We start out on the 10-minute chart. And you can see we got the yellow 3 EMA. That's the yellow line right here, crossing up over. See how it came from underneath the 8 EMA, crossing up over that 8 EMA and crossing up over this pink line right here. If I zoom way out, that is the 2025 low anchored VWAP and crossing up over that. So a nice big igniting candle coming into the close. All right. SPY yesterday did consolidation over prior consolidation. So let's take a look at that. Okay. So Friday. All right, so we got consolidation. All right. How come this isn't working? All right. Let's see if we can get it working. No. You know what we'll do? We can fix that. We can fix that. I like my drawing tools. Epic pen and task. Okay. Try it again. Here it comes. All right, we got consolidation over prior consolidation. That's a bullish environment. Hence, we got the pop, break out of the box right through here. Okay, anytime you see consolidation over prior consolidation, that's a bullish environment. All right, and then we got a nice pop all the way up into the recent highs, 571. All right. Bearish notion here was we never filled gap. Looks like we're going to gap the gap this morning all the way up here at 571. So there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. Okay, 10-minute uptrend. Let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. 2-hour chart is right here. 2-hour chart, we had a looking like I'm going to call it a bearish trap, okay? 2-hour downtrend. You can see the 3 EMA is down underneath the 8 EMA. So we had 2-hour downtrend coming into the close that was kind of being fought off right through here. So there's SPY on the 2-hour chart. Okay, let's back way out and let's see where we are so you can see price action right up here, 571.05. I got to tell you, I think we got a target today or tomorrow. All right, if we clear these wicks, yeah, we're going for this all-time high anchored VWAP, which is this green teal line right through here. And that's located at 575.40. And let me just say, see this valley between the two peaks? Let me draw this in so you can see it. All right, so we got a peak here. All right, and then we've got a peak here. All right, and see this valley right here, that valley. All right, I got a feeling we're coming for that valley right there, either today or tomorrow. Let's see what happens. But if you want to know what that number is, let's pull that up. So that low is 575.35. Okay, and this all-time high anchored VWAP is currently at about 575.62. And you can see we're already up here. So if we clear these wicks, heck yeah, there's a good chance we're going for this. And probably this high right up here. All right, 577.24. All right, so we're looking for 575 sometime today or tomorrow morning. All right, there's the 2-hour chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart. All right, on the daily chart, what did we get yesterday? Lower high, lower low. We closed under the trap, under the falling 17. That's the red dots right here. Underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. That's the teal line right through there. Okay, closing underneath, over the midpoint right through here. So SPY goes up, gives it up. That's neutral. SPY goes down, gives it up. Still neutral. So still neutral. If they can break into the upper third, that's up here over 578, that's going to be bullish. All right. If they can get up there and hold that higher ground at 578, that would be a bullish environment. And that would be up there in the upper thirds. That'd be a nice look for SPY. I don't know if they can get that done. We'll see what happens today. Let's take things one at a time. First, we got to cross this 17 EMA. And then we got to get up there and cross this all-time high anchored VWAP. So I'm expecting probably a spike of the all-time high anchored VWAP located at, again, 575.48, 578, 575.50, 575.50, 575.48. All right, so there's SPY on the daily chart. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. All right, now you can see we're in a downtrend because here's a low right here, and we made a lower low, so that's a weekly downtrend. So we're in a daily downtrend, a weekly downtrend. When we left off Friday, we had a 2-hour downtrend. I think everything was in a downtrend except for the monthly and the 10-minute chart. That's about it. Everything else in between was still in a downtrend. So we'll see what happens today. All right. Let's visit the game plan. All right. Let's come on over here and visit the game plan. And you can see right here, SPY game plan. All right. Is I like 4 days till expiration options and 11 days till expiration Friday options. Friday options because they got more open interest. All right, I like them $2 to $5 out of the money. All right, because they kind of they're a little bit cheaper. All right, and then on top of that, they offer less risk. Now, if you want higher performance with your option, all right, it's going to be the 0 DTE in the money option. All right, you're probably going to get close to penny for penny performance with that. All right, other than that, you're probably going to be dealing with whatever delta you chose. All right, so there's SPY, 4 days till expiration and 11 days till expiration, Friday options, $2 to $5 out of the money. So if we're at 571, I'd probably pick 575s. All right, that's the ones I picked, 575s. Either 4 or 11 days till expiration. All right, so you can see we have a red erases green event. All right, underneath 558.70, that would be price action coming back down through the pivot underneath the VWAP, erasing all of this green right here, and the entry is going to be 558.70. On the bullish side, we have a green erases red event, okay, all the way up here, right over the top of that wick, right over the top of that engulfing move right there. All right, so looking for gap fill, but we're going to gap the gap this morning. All right, so over 563.70. So what am I looking for this morning? I'm looking for a green candle with some follow through. All right, preferably I'd like to see something like green erases red in the pre-market activity. All right, so we pick up some of this pre-market activity right here. Like to see some green erases red. So if we get a pullback, I'd like to see some green candles come in and wipe out the pullback. All right, that would be a nice entry. Like, let's say it doesn't get any higher than this right here. All right, and price comes down, finds a home on maybe some minor support through here. All right, and then they come back up through right over there. That would be a nice green erases red entry in the morning time, right over 571.09, right up there. That would be a nice green erases red. All right, so I'm willing to play 10-minute downtrends under VWAP. I'm willing to trade 10-minute uptrends over VWAP. All right, that's what I'm looking for. 10-minute uptrends over VWAP, 10-minute downtrends under VWAP. All right, and then this morning I'm looking for a continuation of the current move up. That's a big move up, so I'm probably thinking, all right, there's a good chance we consolidate and nothing happens for the first 2 hours. I would say there's a good chance we just move to the right, consolidate, and then look for a breakout to the upside near the end of that second hour. All right, that's what I'm kind of feeling. That would be normal price action. Big move up, consolidate in a 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then break out to the upside after that. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, either that or we get a green erases red event, and that's playable out as well. All right, that's SPY. QQQ got the same plan going on. All right, QQQ. Let's hit the game plan first. All right, and let's try this one. All right. Again, we like 4 days and 11 days till expiration Friday options. We like them, same thing, $2 to $5 out of the money. We like a green erases red event right over 479.80. All right, QQQ pivot 477.50. All right, bearish green red erases green underneath 477.70. I think that's wrong. That's supposed to be 474. Gonna have to fix that one. All right, so bullish green erases red over 479.80, and you can see here's price action clearing all of this wicks up here, all of the highs up there. So nice rip on QQQ. All right, so bullish green erases red over 479.80. So we're looking for a green candle. Again, same thing. In the morning activity, let's move this out of the way, pick up a cleaner chart. Okay, I'd be looking for green erases red in from the pre-market activity, something that happens where you see green erases red. I think there's a good chance SPY runs up there and tags that valley between the two lows. So I'd be looking for nice green erases red, maybe over 487.84. That would be a nice entry right about there. On QQQ, there's a 10-minute chart. All right, let's look at QQQ on the daily chart and the weekly. Let's hit it up on the weekly first. All right, and let's pick up a clean chart. All right, so here's a low. We made a lower low. We're in a weekly downtrend. Okay, if we take out this low here, we're in a monthly downtrend. See right there? We take out that low, we're in a monthly downtrend. There's QQQ on the weekly. Peek at it on the daily. All right, what do we got for Friday? Lower high, lower low, closing over bullish trap under the falling 17. That's the red dots underneath that pink line. That's the all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, underneath the midpoint. Okay, if they were down in the lower third, I'd call them bearish. All right, but I'm going to give it to them. They weren't in the lower third. All right, I'm just going to call it that way. They probably were. I don't know. But there's QQQ. All right, price action gapping up this morning, clearing these wicks. All right, that's a bullish environment. All right, clearing all of those wicks. That's a nice breakout. Look for a 1, 2 consolidate. Like I said, about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, or unless you see that pre-market red erases green over here, that would be good as an entry. You don't have to wait for the 2 hours. All right, so looking for price action up over these wicks. All right, kind of consolidate for 2 hours, then look for the breakout after about 2 hours. I think that's what's probably going to happen. We'll see. They may just rip and go. We'll see what happens. So there's the daily chart for QQQ. Still in a downtrend. All right, if we look at this objectively, you have a bear flag. Okay, still a bear flag. All right, like to see price move back up, start making higher highs and higher lows. It's going to be a tall order. I don't see that really happening soon, but we could put in a lower high. That would be nice, up over the 17. That would be nice. That way, in case price comes back and wants to create a W pattern, we can have something to reach up over. So there's QQQ on the daily charts. Take a look at IWM. All right, IWM on the daily chart. Let's peek at this. Lower high, lower low. Everybody got a lower high and a lower low. Closing under a bearish cross. See the red dots, under the red dots, falling 17. All right, underneath. See the pink line, that's the all-time high anchored VWAP, that's bearish. Okay, underneath the uptrend line, that's the gold line right here that runs diagonal across the screen. Okay, underneath, see these green dashes right here underneath the midpoint. Okay, these are the quad lines. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, 4. Underneath the quad lines down here. Okay, so that's bearish. Okay, now price moves up. All right, notice price moves up and then moves back and gives it up. Okay, that's neutral. Oh, but they're doing more, so that's bearish. All right, so they're down here in quadrant 1. That makes them bearish. All right, price moves up, gives it up. That's just neutral. But they give it up and more, that's bearish. Hence, quadrant 1, that's a bearish environment right there. Okay, on the daily time frame. Take that off. Let's go visit Diamond Dow. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. And what do we got here? Diamond Dow. Again, lower high, lower low, closing over bullish cross, under, see the red dots, that's the falling 17 EMA. All right, closing over the midpoint. All right, see that? Closing over the midpoint, that's the green dash. Underneath, pink line, all-time high anchored VWAP. Underneath, gold line, that's the uptrend line. All right, see the uptrend? Underneath the uptrend line, okay, just over the midpoint, okay, price moves up, okay, this is really easy to do, okay, all you gotta do is look at what price is doing. It moves up, and then it gives it up, that's neutral, all right, moves down, and then it gives it up, that's neutral, so we're just neutral right here, okay, if we get up here in the upper third, we're bullish, we get down here in the lower third, we're bearish. In here, that's all neutral land. All right, let's take a look at FNGA. Okay, now we watch the FNGA because FNGA has 10 of the most heavily weighted stocks in the QQQ and the SPY. So this kind of jerks those two indexes that we love to trade so much. See, I don't trade a whole lot of anything, okay? All I trade is probably two products, actually just one product. Okay, for the most part, I just trade the SPY. All right, but for these two products, this FNGA is like the leash that jerks the dog around. All right, so wherever this moves, pretty much jerks the indexes around wherever it goes. All right, so here's FNGA. What do we see? A bear flag, right? Move down over to the right. That's a bear flag. Hockey stick. All right, FNGA daily chart. Okay, price action. Like I said, everybody got a lower high and a lower low. Closed inside a bearish trap. Inside the bearish trap. Underneath the red dots, that's a falling 17. All right, see the pink line underneath. All-time high anchored VWAP. All right, way underneath, all-time high anchored VWAP. Underneath, okay, see the gold and green line right here. Okay, underneath, uptrend line. Underneath, see the green dash. All right, that's a midpoint down here in quadrant 1. Excuse me, quadrant 2. This is 1. This is 2. We'll zoom in here. Not in the lower third, so is neutral. All right. Okay, price moves up, gives it up. All right, so it's just neutral. All right, so there's FNGA. Let's take a look at our technicals. T2122. We for Friday's price action, we got booted out of the buyer's chop zone, and we went airborne over the seller's chop zone, over the sell zone, and made landfall right here in the oversold zone. Like really harsh, all right? From there, we made a lower high and a higher low, all right, in the sell zone. Then we made a series of micro higher highs and higher lows through here, all right, only to end the day in the sell zone, all right? So probably going to be mostly red, green on T2123. So not much bullish activity other than you can see right here until after about 10:30 right there. That's when the bulls, I guess, decided to show up right at 10:30. Let's take a look at T2123. Okay, again, we have a bearish gap that did not get filled. All right, so that's a clue. All right, bearish gap not getting filled. Price action. Unable to make it over the falling 200 SMA. Another clue right there. All right. I want to see bullish gaps I want to see bearish gaps getting filled. I want to see higher highs. I'm not seeing it yet. Not on T2123. All right. So not seeing that yet. All right. You can see right here about 9:15, 10:15, 10:30 right there. That's when the bulls came in and decided to rally it up. Okay, so you can see red from the beginning of the day, all right, and then at 10:30, 10:15, the bulls decided to show up for work, and you can see they pushed it in there, made a higher low, and with that higher low, they were able to produce a higher high, but they could not get the gap fill. All right, so there's T2123. That's the 15-bar chart. Okay, see that underneath this falling 200 SMA. Okay, big hockey stick going on right there. Okay, nothing bullish happening yet. Okay, T2123. Again, you can see the big hockey stick more clearly right there. Again, 3 more red candle bars on Friday. Still caught underneath this fading 200 SMA. That's the red line. All right, these green ones right here. Okay, these two right here on the low side, these are 2 prior all-time highs. Of course, the top one is the all-time high. You can see the distance that we're putting in between those 2 prior all-time highs and this falling 200 SMA. Could be a visit back to this falling 200 SMA maybe sometime soon. We'll see. Right now, not seeing any bearish gaps getting filled, and I'm not seeing any higher highs. So we'll see what happens. This is T2123. This is the 3-bar chart. Okay, nothing bullish happening yet. Let's take a look at FNGA. All right, you can see FNGA, Friday was the 21st. Okay, got a little bit of selling, came in. Then they made some higher lows. And then they made a higher high. And then they made higher lows. And they couldn't quite make the higher high right there. So there's FNGA. Price action was able to fill the bearish gap. That's good news. All right, that's a bullish clue right there. And we did get consolidation over consolidation. That is a bullish environment on the smaller time frame only. Okay, and we did close over, see the red line over the 200 SMA, so they recovered from gapping down underneath it. They recovered back up over it, and you can see in the pre-market, post-market, what do we have? We have consolidation, and then we have more consolidation way over prior consolidation. That's a bullish environment right up there. Okay, so there's FNGA up over the hooking 200 SMA right there. That's a bullish environment. All right, so we're getting a nice pop today on the FNGA. Like that a lot. All right, let's go take a look at let's go take a look at a few sectors. All right, we're going to start off with, XLE. Okay, here's our energy sector. Friday's price action. Let me make sure I get the right one. Okay, inside day. All right, closing up over, bullish trap. Up over, see the 17, the green dots. Up over the 17. Okay, the pink line, that's a 12-month high anchored VWAP. Up over a 12-month high anchored VWAP. Underneath downtrend line 1, that's the goal line. Underneath above downtrend line 1. Over the 12-month high anchored VWAP, above downtrend line 2, over the midpoint, up here in the upper third, that's bullish, and made a higher high, so that's uptrend, okay? So XLE in an uptrend. We'll see if they can hold on to this one. You can see in the past, they give it up. They go up, and then they give it up. You see they go up, and they just give it up every time, all right? Can they hold this time? Should be interesting. We'll see if this is the time. So there's XLE on the daily chart. Up here in the upper third, that is bullish. In an uptrend, that is bullish. Okay, breaking downtrend lines, that's bullish. So showing a bullish environment here on the energy sector. Let's take a look at USO. Okay, USO, we have a high right here, and we made a higher high, so USO is in an uptrend. Price action for USO is higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, closing over a flat 217 EMA right there, closing over this 3-year high. See the pink line? That's a 3-year high anchored VWAP. That's a post-COVID high right there. That's a 3, not the all-time high. That's just a post-COVID high. So that's a 3-year high anchored VWAP is this pink line. Okay, and we closed over the uptrend line. That's good. All right, we're no longer in the lower third, so we're just neutral. They move up, they give it up. They move down, they give it up. Just neutral, okay? Between the lower third and the upper third, just neutral right there. So there's price action for USO. Okay, now bullish in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at UNG, high flyer here. All right, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap underneath flat 17 EMA. Right there, that's the dots. See the green dots and the red dots underneath the flat 17. In the upper third, so that's bullish over the uptrend line. So that's bullish over this 12-month high anchored VWAP. That's the pink line. That's bullish. Okay, so there's UNG, bullish up there. Let's take a look at precious metals. Gold, a couple days off of the all-time high right here. Friday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing inside the bullish trap. See the 3 EMA on top of the 8, closing inside the bullish trap. Over, see the green dots, the rising 17 EMA. That's the 17 is these green dots. Okay, over this pink line, which is a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. We don't need that anymore. Actually, we should just set it right on this one. All right, okay, over the midpoint up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish for gold. Let's take a look at silver. Silver, we got a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath a bearish cross. See the 3, all right, coming from up above, crossing on down and under the 8 EMA underneath a bearish cross. All right, lower high, lower low, closing underneath. See the green dots underneath the 17 EMA. Still in the upper third, so it's still bullish. It's just not moving up. All right, it's making higher lows and higher highs. Okay, I'm expecting silver to challenge this high right here. That's a 12-year high anchored VWAP. All-time high for silver is like, I think it's like $48. All right, for SLV, excuse me, not for silver, just for SLV, about $48. You see price action over this 12-year high anchored VWAP. So that's bullish, making higher lows, higher highs, just not acting bullish these last 3 days. So there's silver. Let's take a look at a few other sectors. Take a look at SMH. SMH, lower high, lower low, closing under a bullish trap, under a falling 17, okay, under this all-time high, the pink line, anchored VWAP, underneath the midpoint, no longer in the lower third. I'm going to give it to him, okay? So that's just neutral. Okay, you move up, you give it up. You move down, you give it up, okay? You stay between the higher third and the lower third, you're going to be neutral right through here. So there's SMH. Let's go look at the cousin to SMH. That's the XLK. That's the technology sector. SMH is the semiconductor sector. All right, here's the cousin XLK. Price action, again, lower high, lower low. Closing over a bearish trap under, see the red dots, 17 EMA, under the pink line, all-time high anchored VWAP, under gold line, that's the uptrend line, under, see the green dash, that's the midpoint, under the midpoint, not in the lower third, okay, so it's just neutral. They move up, they give it up, that's neutral. You move down, you give it up, same deal, that's neutral. All right, when we see price action move up and hold the higher ground, that is a bullish environment. All right, same goes in the reverse. If it moves down, forms a hockey stick or the dead cat bounce right there, all right, that is a bearish environment. Okay, price action moves up and gives it up. That's a neutral environment. Price action moves down, all right, and gives it up. That's also, all right, the reverse is also true, a neutral environment. Okay, let's clear those off. All right, now when price, okay, watch what it does. Okay, when it goes up, holds the higher ground, that's bullish, right? Okay, and when it goes up, gives it up, that's neutral. If it gives it up and more, that's bearish. Same on the reverse. If it goes down, gives it up, that's neutral. Gives it up and more, that's bullish. Okay, see the same thing on the reverse side. Same as going up and giving it up and more, that's bearish. Same as going down, giving it up and more, that's going to be bullish. All right, so watch the price. What is it doing? Okay, sometimes you can't see it on a 10-minute. You may have to zoom out to a 2-hour chart, maybe a daily chart, maybe a 3-day chart. Look at what price is doing. Okay, always follow the price action and know your candles. What do these candles mean? Look for wicks and tails. Wicks will show you where sellers are. Tails will show you where the buyers are. Okay, watch the bodies. All right, look for the big candles igniting the move off of uptrend lines. See the big candle there? Know what your big candles mean. All right, big candles at the ends of moves pretty much signify most of the time exhaustion. All right, look for the exhaustion to show up. Okay, it's all going to depend. Your trading is all going to be dependent on how well you are at reading candlesticks. Okay, it's 100%. It's all on how well you are at reading and interpreting the candlesticks. Not just one candlesticks, but when they're put together in a pattern, understand what's going on. Okay, price moves up, moves back, neutral, right? All right, it's all going to depend on your ability to interpret the candlesticks. Okay, so there's XLK. Let's take a look at the next one. Take that off. Let's go take a look at financials. Get the cursor back here. XLF. All right, XLF. Price action. Okay, notice it moves up and gives it up. So that was neutral. But look, it moves down and gives it up. All right, so that's neutral as well. But we're back here in the upper third. That's bullish. Price action. Okay, lower high, lower low. Closing in. Actually over a bullish trap. Over the falling 17. That's bullish. See the pink line? That's the all-time high anchored VWAP. Over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Up here in the upper third, that's bullish. That's XLF. Let's take a look at IYT. Then we'll go visit the economic package. All right, so IYT. Lower high, lower low. Closing inside bearish trap. Under red dots, falling 17. Okay, under. See the green dash, midpoint, under goal line, diagonal, all right, the uptrend line, under the pink line, it's the all-time high anchored VWAP, okay, down here in the lower third, all right, that's bearish. Okay, notice what price action did. Okay, price action went up and then gave it up. Okay, it went up. Gave it up. So that's neutral, right? But then they gave it up and more. All right? So that's bearish. See? This is about understanding the candles and what they're doing. Moves up, gives it up. Neutral. Gives it up and more, that's bearish. Down here in the lower third, that's bearish. Okay? Now, in order to have a nice, robust rally, we're going to need at least two of the Trinity working. The Trinity is, the transports, the financials, and the technology sector. Okay, all we got right now is the financials coming off of an all-time high. All right, that's all we got going on. Transports are bearish, not in an uptrend. Notice the red dots. Okay, definitely not bullish. Look at the price action as to what's going on here. Okay, is down and over to the left, over to the right. A little confused there this morning. Okay, down and over to the right. Okay, that's a hockey stick. So, on that note, all right, before we go to the game plan, all right, or before we go to the economic package, when and if SPY hits this valley between the two peaks, okay, see the valley between the two peaks, all right, I will probably sell some 3-week, 4-week, or not sell, purchase some puts, because I'm not seeing the sectors come together in a manner, in a fashion that is bullish. All right, so I will probably purchase puts after we clear this area or spike this all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, and I'll start some, and when I see the downtrend happen, I will pile on some more. But I will probably leg into some, okay, coming up to this valley. This is a very popular target right here, this valley between the two peaks, as well as the all-time high anchored VWAP. So we got two major events happening at the same time. So notice they're all both on the same latitude here. Okay, that becomes magnetic. All right, almost like a Hoover vacuum cleaner. It's going to suck price right up into it. All right, so if we get there, probably near end of day, I will be looking at purchasing one or two puts. If I see the 2-hour downtrend or the 30-minute downtrend, I will pile on more puts because I'm just not seeing the bullish activity necessary to have the robust rally. All right, so again, I will be shorting for price to continue and roll over and make a lower low. All right, so there's my plan for today on SPY. All right, let's go take a look at the economic package. All right, we'll start off with the calendar. Make sure I got the right day. 24th. Okay, so this is Monday the 24th. Okay, we got Chicago Fed National Activity Index 830. All right, it already came out. PMI Composite Flash 945. Tuesday, Case-Shiller Home. This tomorrow, Case-Shiller Home Price Index. Okay, FHFA Home Price Index 9 o'clock. The same as Case-Shiller 9 o'clock. Okay, Consumer Confidence at 10. New home sales at 10. Okay, Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index at 10. Wednesday, MBA mortgage applications at 7. Durable goods at 8:30. A petroleum report at 10:30. Main event is GDP, 8:30 on Thursday morning. Okay, that is the main event this week. All right, international trading goods, 8:30. Jobless claims, 8:30. Corporate profits, 8:30. Retail inventories, 8:30. Wholesale inventories, 10:30. Pending home sales at 10. And a gas report at 10:30. We'll visit Friday when we get closer. We'll take a look at the dollar. Here's the dollar on the daily chart, if it can just show up. Come on, baby. All right, so dollar close. We're in a downtrend still. Lower highs, lower lows. In a bear flag. I like that. Underneath, minor support. I like that. I wanted to break this support. Couldn't quite get it done after a double shot. All right, so maybe they're going to work their way back up to this high. We'll find out. All right, price action. Close near 104.16. That's the dollar. Weak dollar is good for the market. Makes our goods and services more competitive when we sell to foreign nations. Max Pain for today. See if we can get this going. They're saying Max Pain is 566 for today. All right, according to this website. Let's visit the other one. And they're still trying to figure it out. And we'll look at the earnings calendar for today. You can see some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets, okay? KB Homes, Oklo, all right? Nothing that's going to move the markets. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this time. It's like every time around this time, everything goes like haywire. It's been doing this for the last 5 videos in the morning. Well, earning season's pretty much over. All right, doesn't look like they're going to materialize anything for me to visit. So we'll just call it a day for today. Probably some familiar names, nothing that's probably going to move the markets. All right, so we're going to call this a wrap. I'll be back in 30 minutes to open up the markets with you guys. Yes, I agree.